adding and subtracting of mixed numbers. When we add or subtract mixed numbers, we add the whole part and we add the fraction part. In much the same way as we did with unlike fractions, if we have an unlike denominator, then we have to find a common denominator. So here we have 9 and 8/9 and 1 and 2/7, and we have a denominator of 7 and a denominator of 9, and those are not like, so we find equivalent fractions, get a common denominator here, common between 7 and 9. We can multiply the 8/9 here by 7 over 7 and the 7/7 by 9 over 9, and we end up with 9, and 8 times 7 is 56 over 63, and 1 and 18 over 63. So we're going to add now the fraction part, 56 plus 18, and the denominator will say 63. So 6 plus 8 is 14, and 5 plus 2 is 74, 9 plus 1 is 10, and 74 over 63. Now this 74 over 63 we know is an improper fraction, but we can't leave it as a mixed number with an improper fraction. So we're going to have to regroup this. So I have 10, and then 63 goes into 74 once, and then 74 minus 63 leaves me 11 over 63. So I have 10 plus 1 is 11. That's 11, and then 11 over 63. And 11 does not go evenly into 63, so we are done. Okay, and here's another one. So again, we have 10½ plus 3 and 15/16. To get from a 1/2, we can see that to find a common denominator, or at least common multiple between 2 and 16 is 16. So I'm going to multiply this 1/2 by 8 over 8, and that gives me 10 and 8/16 plus 3 and 15/16. So I'm going to add my fraction part. 8 plus 15 is 23 over 16, and 10 plus 3 is 13. And we'll need to regroup this because the 23 over 16 is an improper fraction. So this is 13, and 16 goes into 23 once. 23 minus 16 is 7 over 16, so we end up with 14 and 7/16 as a mixed number solution to our problem. All right, subtraction. 5 1/4 minus 3 1/6. 4 and 6, we'll have to find a common denominator here. To find a common denominator between 4 and 6, we can see that will be 12. So 4 multiplied by 3 over 3 will give me a denominator of 12, and 6 multiplied by 2 over 2 will give me a denominator of 12. This is 5 and 3/12, and we're going to subtract from that 3 and 2/12. So we subtract the fraction part. 3 minus 2 is 1/12. The denominator stays the same, and 5 minus 3 is 2. 2 and 1/12, that is reduced as far as it goes, and so that is our solution to this subtraction problem. We subtract the fraction part, we subtract the whole part. All right, let's look at another one. 7 and 5/24 minus 4 and 7/12. We can see that we have unlike fractions, 24 and 12 as our denominators, but we can also see that we can multiply 12 by 2 to get to 24. So we have 4 and 7/12 multiplied by 2 over 2, which is 1. This stays 4, and then we have 14 over 24. So 14 over 24, and we're going to try to take that from 5/24. Well, I only have 5, so it's not possible to take 14. So we need to regroup this one. We're going to take 1 from the 7 here. So I have 6, and then I'm going to, 7 is 6 plus 1. So 6 plus 24 over 24. That's the same as 7. This is 7. So that's my 7 regrouped, and to that I'm going to add here this 5/24. So that gives me 6. 24 plus 5 is 29. 6 and 29/24. So I've regrouped 7 and 5/24 to be 6 and 29/24, and I'm going to subtract here. So 29 minus 24, that's 15/24, and 6 minus 4 is 2. So 2 and 15/24 is our answer here. We can see that the 15 is 3 times 5, and 24 is 3 times 8. So in the end, I'm going to have 2 and 5/8 as my solution to 7 and 5/24 minus 4 and 7/12. All right, let's take a look at one more. Okay, 6 minus 2 and 3/5. Well, we can see here that I have only a whole part and no fraction part, but I can't take 3/5 from nothing. So we're going to regroup this 6 in the same way we did the last one. I'm going to have 5, and then I'm going to have plus a 1, but I'm going to make this 1 have a common denominator of 5. So 5 and 5/5 is the same as 6. So 5 and 5/5, and from that I'm going to subtract 2 and 3/5. So 5 minus 3 is 2, and we have the same denominator 5, and 5 minus 2 is 3. So 3 and 2/5 is 6 minus 2 and 3/5.